going on, everybody? This is MattDoesFitness, and the other day someone actually complimented me on my driving. They left a little note on my windscreen saying, "Parking fine." Okay, this is my bench press highlights from the first week of my 4th cycle, and my word, there were all kinds of fireworks, bench press wise in my gym. Now, this is the first session, and in this session I hit 2 PRs. That's right, 2 PRs in one session. Now, if you've been watching my stuff recently, you would have seen that I've kind of hit somewhat of a bench plateau. And that's kind of largely due to the shoulder issues I've been having. My shoulders have been feeling really crap. They've kind of been taking it in turns to feel crap, and it's been impeding my ability to lower the bar gradually and in a controlled fashion, which makes it very hard, obviously, to do pause work. However, since my competition where I've been benching a little bit less, my shoulders feel really good. They feel absolutely fine, and that in turn has meant my bench press has felt also really good. So here, I'm going for a PR, 347 pounds, 157.5 kilos, and it was freaking easy. It looks like a little bit of a grind there, but I mean, I was amazed. I literally had to check the weight to make sure it was right because it felt so easy. That is the weight that I've been trying for a while. Failed it a couple of times, so to get it there, I was absolutely delighted. I then thought I might as well go for the big one. So this has been my target for the year. At the start of the year, I said I wanted to get 350 pounds by the end of the year. There was a point when I thought it was never going to happen. But in this session, I went for it. So 160 kilograms, 353 pounds. So a little bit over just for good measure. And if you've seen the video I put up on Saturday, which I hope you have, if you haven't, go and watch it now because it's friggin' awesome. I bloody well got it. Here you go. Now, I actually kind of got stuck right near the end. So I did that thing where I came down to my chest and I thought, I've definitely got this. Then suddenly I hit a sticking point when I didn't expect to. And there was a split second where I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to get it. But luckily, the spotter didn't touch it. It was awesome in that respect. I kept pushing through and I got it, and I was absolutely loving life. So did a few cartwheels there, set off, like I said in the video, on my full day of eating, sorry, I set off some fireworks, gave out some sprinklers, had a little cake celebration, and then got back in the zone. I then just did a couple of drop sets. So I did 140 kilos, 309 pounds for 3 with a pause, which felt harder than it should have done. I think because my CNS was pretty fried by that point. I then dropped down again, 130 kilos, 287 pounds. And again, this felt a lot harder than it should have done. I went touch and go here. But yeah, obviously my nervous system from doing those 2 really big bench reps obviously took it out of me. But to be honest, I couldn't friggin' care less. I'm so pleased. I cannot tell you enough how happy I am with that bench because, like I said, the last probably, I'd say, maybe 6 weeks, I've just felt like I've slowed down. Obviously, my competition, I was reasonably happy with it, but it wasn't a PR, and I was getting a bit worried because my shoulders were kind of just feeling really crappy. But like I said, due to the competition, and also I've been a bit busy recently, I haven't been able to bench press as much. I've only been benching like twice a week, and it's had a very positive effect. My shoulders have felt awesome. And in turn, my bench has felt bloody incredible. Anyway, enough about me and my shoulders. This is my accessory work. I did a lot of chest work. I focused on my chest, which you probably saw from the thumbnail. I did some incline chest press / flies on this machine, which I whinge about it. It is quite nice because it kind of combines a press with a fly. I then did some bent over cable flies. Now, in this session, I felt a ridiculous amount of chest engagement. Even after the bench, where I hadn't done that many reps, my chest felt really pumped. Doing this stuff, it felt bloody awesome. I experienced a similar thing when I got back from my holiday in the summer where I hadn't trained much. The first few sessions, I felt like I was getting an incredible pump, and it was the same thing here. I think, obviously, where I haven't done that same volume and then coming back into doing a heavy session, my chest felt like it was absolutely huge. It felt really tight, felt really good. I'm not going to lie, I liked it. And that, my friends, was my first session of the week. And here is the second one. So this session was not as exciting as the first one, but still I'm pretty pleased. So I wanted to go, before I set out, and again I said it in my full day of eating, I wanted to get a set of 4 reps at this weight, 309 pounds, 140 kilos. I've never done that before, and I got it. So I went for touch and go. The other thing I've noticed with my shoulders, I'm doing a lot more touch and go reps. I don't know if that's anything to do with the shoulders feeling better, or if that's linked to my bench press going up recently, but I definitely, at the moment, am enjoying doing more touch and go reps. Up until probably a month ago. I hadn't done any touch and go for literally, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 months, a long time. So I just felt like I needed, obviously with the plateau, I felt like I needed to change things up a little bit, and the introduction of touch and go, I think, has definitely helped me. And to be honest, I quite enjoy it. I feel like I can get a lot more kind of work in. Obviously, when you're doing pause, as soon as you go above about 3 reps, I always hit a wall. And obviously it makes it hard to get a decent amount of reps in a heavy weight, because, like I said, the reps take so long. So doing touch and go just kind of, I feel like it's opened up a door to get more quality work in, and in turn opened up another door to hopefully a massive bench PR in the future. So if you literally imagine a little door, like maybe in like Lord of the Rings in the Shire, a little kind of hobbit house with a little door. I'm like Gandalf, Samwise Gamgee opens the door, I crouch down, I'm going through the door, the other side of the door, down the hallway probably, maybe like off another door, is a massive bench press PR, and I'm hoping to hit that next year. I mean, I said I'm going to test my maxes at the end of this cycle. Obviously I am going to do that now. The fact that I've already just hit a really decent bench press PR means that I may not have any more there, but who knows, if I can get another one, maybe fretting like 360 pounds, like for 162.5, that would be pretty bloody good, but we'll see. I'm not going to count my chickens, although I do actually have chickens. I work in a chicken farm, so I do actually count chickens 3 or 4 times a day. Here I'm just kind of dropping down the weight and getting some volume in, so I basically went 309 pounds twice, which is 140 kilos, followed by 130 kilos twice, which is 287 pounds, followed by 120 kilos, 265 pounds, which you can see here, which again I did twice, but I only filmed the first set because I thought you don't want to spend 3 hours watching me bench press, and if you do, send me a message and I will give you the link to my live stream where I just bench 24/7. Yeah, I think I did, going back to the first set, I did 4 reps and then 3 reps, and then on those 287s I did 5 to 7 perhaps, and those last 2 there I got a decent amount of reps in, to be fair. But again, my shoulders felt really good, which is a massive bonus. And I can't tell you how much of a relief that is. I've not had my shoulders feel good. I've not felt, I've not bench pressed pain-free for a good few months. So it feels awesome. It feels so much better. And it all started, to be fair, the first time I felt that was at my competition. That was the first time where my shoulders felt really kind of healthy, and I could bring the bar down in a controlled manner, and it just makes everything feel more stable and just generally better. Here I'm doing some floor press, which again is another new thing I've introduced. I did 3 sets there, 220 pounds, 100 kilos, so the heaviest I've done this at, but obviously still not particularly heavy, and I think I got maybe like 8 reps down to about 6 or so, I believe. And then I did a little bit of shoulder work. So I did some shoulder press on this state-of-the-art machine. As is the case with most of the machines in my gym, this is pretty high-end stuff. I wouldn't like to guess how much this costs, but I think we're talking in the tens of thousands. I did 3 sets of 12, I think, 12 down to about 8 of those, and I finished the session with some lateral dumbbell raises. I did 3 sets of 12 down to about 10 of these, and that, my friends, was my session, and that was my week. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe as always, and I will see you tomorrow.